Alright, hello and welcome to another Why Would You Use. So, today we're going to be talking about the Rakta Cernos, which is a weapon that I kind of don't know why I skipped over. I did most of the other Syndicate weapons that I like, and somehow missed this one. So, let's talk about it, because this bow is quite good. This bow competes with the Dread for being the best bow in the game, but there's not really the way this bow works and the way like the Dread works. They're for very different things. The Dread is like super high. That guy needs to die. That man in particular needs to be super dead with a lot of damage. Whereas the Rakta Cernos is a lot more sustained, having the fastest pullback of any bow in the game, or at least of any of the bows that are worth mentioning in the game. And just in general, having good damage and amazing Syndicate proc. It's got a lot of stuff going for it that's a lot more beneficial to the horde, like the more horde-oriented game modes. Whereas the Dread might be good for, say, any boss battle, really, where like you nail a weak point and it's like, well, that's gone. This is better for, let's say, like a room full of dudes, guys standing in a line, or like a couple different areas. Just pop 3 arrows in there and it's problem solved. Like, no big deal, super quick and easy. Still good damage. At any lower level, the fire rate of this bow kind of makes it so that it beats out any other bow because it's still instant killing enemies. It's just, in general, it's just a good thing. It's just a good bow overall. But yeah, this is how I build it. Whenever I'm using the Rakta Cernos just kind of on its own, this is generally what I'm doing. And then I have a build right here. This is what I use for whenever I'm using it with Ivara. Not a whole lot changes here, except for I don't use Shadow Det mods. But yeah. And the only Shadow Det mod I use is bladed rounds, because I find Argon Scope to be a little inconsistent with bows, just kind of in general, and that's more because I don't use bows a whole lot. I'm sure if I was more adjusted to them, I would consider Argon Scope better, but because I'm not, I just use bladed rounds. Feel free to use Argon Scope if you feel comfortable doing so. But I will say before we even start this test, the Rakta Cernos there's no, like, it's gonna have no problems with this thing. Like, this is like a whatever test for the Rakta Cernos, just because it's like the point where this bow's power and fire rate meet is kind of sitting right on top of this test, in being kind of the enemy fuck zone, where it's just like, no, like, just telling all enemies to go fuck themselves is basically what's up with this weapon. At this, like, pretty much exact level range, which we will see. I am, however, rusty with bows, so keep that in mind. Oh, that guy got close to me. That's bad. God damn it. I'm the worst. Yeah, haven't used a bow in a while, so the rust is real. That guy's being protected by one of the ancient healers, so I'll get rid of these guys. That one came around the corner. Alright, now I can solve the problem. Ugh, the rust. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so, obviously, very rusty with bows. I do not use them a whole lot. But that's the Rakta Cernos. Obviously, you can tell from whenever I was actually landing my shots, this weapon's very good. It does a lot of damage, and it's just fucking useful. Also, the Syndicate proc for this thing is that it does an AoE viral and gives you energy, which is fucking amazing, and is a lot of the reason I use it when I play as Ivara. But yeah, that's the Rakta Cernos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.